Stem and leaf diagrams or stem plots are difficult to make in Excel because there is not a pre-packaged function in there for them. But we can create them if we're using small data sets, we can create them manually. Let's look at this data set. In column BD, I have a lot of grades from various sections. I'm gonna let's take a look and see how we can create the stem plot. Oops, stem and leaves. We can see that the minimum here is 42 for just section 201 right here. We can see that we have 40 from 40 to 100, so 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. And we can create the leaves by inserting a 2 across the 40 for the 42. Then we space and an 8 for the 48 and space and another 8 for this 48. Now we don't have any 50s, then we go to 64. And under 70s, we have 72, space 74, space 78. And under 80s, we have an 82, space 84, space 84, space, and an 88. And we have a 92, space 94. And then we have 100 and space another 100. So let me go over here and make this a line. So here's our stem and leaf diagram, and you can see that it gives us the shape of the distribution. We can see that there are this is skewed to the left because we have these low numbers that are pulling the distribution to the left, and this essentially gives us a shape of the distribution, just like a histogram or a dot plot, but also it gives us the actual detail within the data set because we're not losing the actual numbers. So the leaves give us exactly what the numbers are. But when you're working with, so I'm going to erase this now or clear contents. Because now I want to go ahead and create a stem plot for this column BD by writing a formula. So the way you do that is, I'll go ahead and put it over here. This is the stem, and these are the leaves. And let's first find out what's the minimum and the maximum of the grades. So I'll do equal min, and then I will select that entire range of that column only. And if I scroll up and I enter, I see a 32 is a minimum and maximum is, I know it has to be 100 because I've seen 100 there, and this is an exam score, so it can't be anything more than 100, but it tells us it's 100. So I know my stems should go from 30 to 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. And now for my leaves, let's say what we need to do is we need to count and all the 30s with a 0, all the 31s with a 1, all the 32s with a 2. So it's a repeated function. So I'm going to say R equal REPT for the repeat function. And I'm going to open parentheses, and I'm going to say I want to start counting from the zeros for all the 30s. So I'm going to put quotation 0 space 0 space quotation, so that it leaves a space in between the numbers that it counts, and it prints for me in my stem plot. And then I want to do a count if function, and I want to know that in this range, and so I will scroll down and highlight all of that range. And if I go back up now, I'm going to hit Control F so that it puts in the dollar value so that I'm locking the cells. Count if that range, and then I'm going to put a comma, and if that range equals 30, so there's a that number, the 3 times 10, which gives me a 30, plus a 0, which gives me 30 plus 0 is 30. So I'm counting all the 30s. And I can close parentheses, but I need to put 2 because one is for the countif function and one is for the repeat function. So at this point, I can repeat this. I'm going to copy this, Control C, and then I'm going to put an ampersand here, and then I'm going to do Control V to repeat that. But now I'm going to come here and change that 0 to a 1, and change this 0 to a 1. And now by this second function that I've written, or formula that I've written in this portion of the formula, I'm counting all the 31s. And so I'm going to, because I have the ampersand sign there, I'm going to copy it, Control C, and I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to do Control V again, and now all the 1s I'm going to change to 2s so that I'm counting all the 32s, but I need to change it both there and here. And then I'm going to do Control V again, and I'm going to change all the 1s to 3s now, and this one also to a 3, and another Control V and change all the 2 4s, and here to 4s. My Control V and change that to a 5, and change this one to a 5. Because I'm using Camtasia, my cursor really is rattles all the time, so it's kind of hard for me to point. And I think I did 6 5s. I did 5, I did 6, and now I'm doing 7s. And Control V, and now I'm doing 8s. And now I'm doing Control V, and I'm doing the 9s. And at this point, if I go to the end and I hit enter, I see that I have only a 32. So this is actually up here. This is the stem and leaf diagram for this data set that I had already created. So let's see, by copying this function that this formula that I wrote across down these cells right here, what we can get. So if I just point my mouse down to this corner and drag it down, that formula is written, scroll down, or is repeated, and I see this stem and leaf diagram. So now I can pretty it up, and I can actually make this column a little wider, and I can highlight these to be bold, and maybe even a different font so that the stems are clearly visible. So this is how you can create a stem and leaf diagram in large data sets. Thank you.